Built to be Rich. Written and published by Rich Audiobooks. From the moment you were born, your body and mind were equipped with remarkable systems designed to help you thrive. Your lungs knew how to breathe, your heart knew how to beat, and your brain knew how to process the world around you. Just as these biological systems are natural to you, so too is your capacity for creating wealth. The struggle you may feel around money isn't your natural state. It's a learned condition that can be unlearned. Consider how a plant naturally grows toward sunlight. It doesn't question whether it deserves the light or struggle with the concept of photosynthesis. It simply follows its innate programming to reach toward what it needs to flourish. Humans possess this same innate drive toward prosperity, but somewhere along the way, many of us have had this natural tendency buried under layers of societal conditioning and limiting beliefs. Lesson 1. You were designed for wealth, not struggle. The evidence of your natural wealth orientation exists in your fundamental drives. You instinctively seek better conditions, more resources, and improved circumstances. This isn't greed. It's a biological imperative for growth and expansion. Every cell in your body is programmed for abundance, constantly working to create more energy, more cells, and more life. Your mind operates on the same principle, naturally seeking ways to expand its capabilities and resources. Yet many people live with a persistent sense of financial struggle, believing it's their default state. This belief system is actually a modern construct, one that goes against our evolutionary programming. Our ancestors didn't survive by accepting scarcity. They thrived by discovering abundance in their environment and creating tools and systems to harness it. This same innovative spirit lives within you, waiting to be awakened. The struggle you experience with money isn't a reflection of your true nature. It's a symptom of operating under artificial limitations. Think about how a fish raised in a small bowl will limit its growth to match its environment, even though it has the genetic potential to grow much larger. Similarly, your financial potential has likely been contained by the invisible walls of beliefs, expectations, and social conditioning that surround you. Understanding that you're designed for wealth transforms how you approach money. Instead of seeing financial success as something you need to force or fight for, you begin to recognize it as a natural expression of your inherent capabilities. This shift in perspective changes everything, from how you make decisions to how opportunities seem to appear in your life. Your brain's reticular activating system, the part that filters information and determines what you notice in your environment, is literally built to help you spot resources and opportunities. When you accept that wealth is your natural state, this system becomes optimized for recognizing financial possibilities that have always existed but may have been invisible to you before. The path to wealth becomes clear when you align with your natural prosperity programming rather than fighting against it. This doesn't mean money magically appears without effort. Just as a seed needs proper conditions to grow, your wealth potential needs the right environment and actions to flourish. But these actions flow more easily when you're working with your natural design rather than against it. As you begin this journey of reclaiming your natural state of prosperity, pay attention to how differently you feel when you embrace the truth that you were designed for wealth. Notice how your energy shifts, how your decisions change, and how opportunities begin to appear. This isn't magical thinking. It's simply what happens when you remove the artificial barriers between you and your natural state of abundance. Lesson 2. Discover the success code hidden within you. Within each of us lies a unique combination of traits, tendencies, and natural inclinations that, when properly understood and activated, form our personal success code. This internal programming isn't mysterious or mystical. It's a practical reality that successful people have instinctively tapped into throughout history. Your success code is as unique as your fingerprint, yet it follows universal principles that govern wealth creation. Think of your success code as your personal operating system for wealth. Just as computers run on specific software designed to optimize their performance, you have innate patterns that, when recognized and leveraged, can dramatically accelerate your path to prosperity. These patterns manifest in how you naturally approach problems, what energizes you, and which wealth-building strategies resonate most deeply with your authentic self. The wealthy don't just stumble upon their success code, they methodically decode it through self-observation and intentional action. They notice which activities generate the most value with the least resistance. They pay attention to when they're in a state of flow versus when they're forcing things to happen. This awareness becomes their compass for making decisions that align with their natural wealth-building capabilities. Your success code reveals itself through consistent patterns in your life. Perhaps you've always had a knack for spotting inefficiencies in systems, or maybe you intuitively understand what motivates people to make purchases. These natural tendencies aren't random. They're clues to your unique wealth-building blueprint. The key is learning to recognize and interpret these signals rather than dismissing them as ordinary traits. The most successful entrepreneurs and investors don't try to copy others' success codes wholesale. Instead, they understand their personal wealth archetype, whether they're natural innovators, relationship builders, system creators, or value optimizers. This self-awareness allows them to focus their energy on strategies that leverage their inherent strengths rather than forcing themselves into ill-fitting business models or investment approaches. Your success code also includes specific triggers that activate your peak performance state. Some people generate their best ideas early in the morning, while others come alive in collaborative environments. Understanding these triggers allows you to create conditions that naturally facilitate wealth creation rather than struggling against your internal rhythms and preferences. The process of extracting your success code requires paying attention to patterns in your past achievements. When have you created value effortlessly? What problems do others consistently seek your help to solve? Which activities make you lose track of time while producing tangible results? These questions reveal the unique combination of skills, insights, and approaches that form your personal wealth-building formula. Implementing your success code isn't about dramatic life changes. It's about subtle shifts that align your actions with your natural strengths. Start by identifying one pattern that consistently leads to positive outcomes in your life. Then, consciously create more opportunities to engage in activities that utilize this pattern. As you build momentum, your success code becomes more apparent and easier to leverage. Your success code isn't fixed. It evolves as you gain experience and develop new capabilities. The key is maintaining awareness of how your natural tendencies intersect with market opportunities. This dynamic understanding allows you to continuously refine your approach to wealth creation, making it increasingly efficient and effective over time. Your success code is already operating in your life, whether you're conscious of it or not. By bringing it into awareness and intentionally aligning your actions with its patterns, you transform what might have been occasional success into a reliable system for generating wealth. The power to activate this internal wealth-building program lies in your ability to recognize, trust, and act upon the unique success patterns already encoded within you. Lesson 3. Rewrite the story you tell about money. Every dollar in your bank account tells a story. It's not just a number, it's a reflection of the narrative you've been telling yourself about wealth, success, and your relationship with money. These stories begin in childhood, shaped by overheard conversations at the dinner table, watching our parents handle finances and absorbing society's messages about wealth. Some of us internalize tales of scarcity. Money doesn't grow on trees, or we can't afford that. Others might have absorbed narratives of unworthiness. Rich people are greedy or money corrupts. These early stories become the foundation of our financial reality. They operate like invisible scripts, running in the background of our consciousness, directing our decisions and actions around money. A person who believes making money is hard will unconsciously create situations that prove this story true. They'll gravitate toward difficult paths, overlook opportunities, and resist easy solutions. all to maintain consistency with their internal narrative. The wealthy have different stories. They tell themselves tales of abundance, opportunity, and possibility. Their money narratives often center around themes like money flows easily to me, I create value effortlessly, or wealth is a natural result of serving others. These aren't just positive affirmations. They're deeply held beliefs that shape their perception and interaction with the financial world. To transform your financial reality, you must first become aware of your current money story. Think about your earliest memories involving money. What did you learn about wealth from your family? What beliefs do you hold about rich people? About your own capacity to generate income? Write these down without judgment. Your current story isn't wrong. It simply reflects the best understanding you had at the time these beliefs were formed. Now comes the crucial part: crafting a new narrative. This isn't about creating fantasy or denial. It's about consciously choosing a story that serves your highest potential. Start by examining the evidence that contradicts your limiting beliefs. Have you ever experienced unexpected abundance? Times when money came easily? Moments when you created value effortlessly? These experiences are seeds of your new story. Your new money narrative should feel both exciting and believable. It might begin with I am naturally attracted to wealth. Building opportunities or my creativity generates abundant financial returns. Pay attention to how your body responds to these new stories. The right narrative will create a sense of expansion, possibility, and alignment rather than resistance or disbelief. Consider the broader impact of your wealth story. How does your relationship with money affect your family, community, and the causes you care about? Wealthy people often craft narratives that connect their prosperity to positive impact. My financial success enables me to contribute meaningfully to others, or building wealth allows me to solve important problems in the world. Implementation is where most people falter. They understand the concept of changing their money story but struggle to maintain the new narrative in the face of old patterns. The key is to treat your new story like a muscle that needs regular exercise. Speak it aloud daily. Write it down. Share it with trusted friends. Most importantly, take actions that align with this new narrative, even if they feel uncomfortable at first. Watch how your new story begins to manifest in subtle ways. You might notice opportunities you previously overlooked. Conversations about money become easier and more empowering. You'll find yourself making decisions from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. Your relationship with money will shift from adversarial to collaborative, from struggle to flow. Your money story isn't fixed. It's a living narrative that you can edit and enhance as you grow. The wealthiest people continuously evolve their money stories to encompass greater possibilities and positive impact. Your story about money is ultimately a story about what's possible in your life. Make it one worth telling. Lesson 4. Activate the DNA of abundance. Your relationship with wealth runs deeper than conscious thought. It's encoded in your very biology. Recent discoveries in epigenetics have shown that our genes respond to our thoughts, beliefs, and environmental signals. This means that abundance isn't just a mindset. It's a biological reality that can be activated and enhanced through specific practices and awareness. Think of your abundance DNA as a dormant potential within you, similar to how a seed contains all the information needed to become a mighty tree. This potential exists in everyone, but it requires the right conditions to express itself fully. Your thoughts and beliefs act as environmental signals that either suppress or activate your natural capacity for wealth creation. The neural pathways in your brain are particularly malleable when it comes to prosperity thinking. Each time you engage in thoughts of abundance, you strengthen specific neural connections that make wealth oriented thinking more natural and automatic. This process, known as neuroplasticity, means you can literally rewire your brain for greater prosperity through consistent practice and focused attention. Understanding this biological foundation changes everything about how we approach wealth creation. Instead of forcing yourself to think positively about money, you can work with your natural biology to enhance your prosperity consciousness. This involves activities that stimulate the production of beneficial neurochemicals like dopamine and serotonin while engaging in wealth-building activities. Your body's cellular memory also plays a crucial role in your relationship with abundance. Every experience you've had with money, positive or negative, has left an imprint at the cellular level. These memories influence your current financial decisions and behaviors, often without your conscious awareness. By engaging in specific abundance activation practices, you can begin to overwrite limiting cellular patterns with new, empowering ones. The key to activating your abundance DNA lies in creating an internal environment that supports prosperity. This means maintaining optimal brain chemistry through proper nutrition, rest, and stress management. When your body is in a state of balance, it's better equipped to express its natural abundance coding. Regular exercise, meditation, and deep breathing practices all contribute to this optimal state. Visualization exercises take on new significance when you understand their biological impact. When you vividly imagine successful financial outcomes, your brain produces the same neural firing patterns as if you were actually experiencing those events. This mental rehearsal strengthens your abundance DNA expression and creates new neural pathways that support wealth creation. The language you use about money matters at a biological level too. Words and phrases trigger specific biochemical responses in your body. When you consciously choose abundance, affirming language, you're not just being positive. You're actually signaling your genes to express in ways that support prosperity. This is why successful people often share similar speech patterns when discussing wealth and opportunity. Consider your daily environment as a laboratory for abundance activation. Every choice you make either supports or inhibits your natural wealth programming. The media you consume, the people you associate with, and the environments you spend time in all influence your genetic expression related to prosperity. By consciously curating these elements, you create optimal conditions for your abundance DNA to flourish. Regular exposure to wealth-building activities and environments helps encode prosperity patterns into your cellular memory. This might include spending time in luxurious settings, engaging in high-level business discussions, or practicing wealthy habits. Each exposure helps normalize abundance at a biological level, making it feel more natural and accessible to your system. Learning to recognize and respond to your body's abundance signals becomes a crucial skill. Your system is constantly providing feedback about opportunities and alignment through subtle physical sensations, emotional responses, and intuitive nudges. Developing this awareness helps you navigate toward prosperity more effectively, using your biological guidance system as a wealth-building tool. Lesson 5. You don't chase wealth, you align with it. The greatest paradox of wealth creation is that the harder you chase money, the more it tends to elude you. This phenomenon isn't just folk wisdom. It's a fundamental principle of how prosperity operates. When we desperately pursue wealth, we unconsciously broadcast a frequency of lack, scarcity, and need. This energetic signature actually repels the very abundance we're seeking to attract. The wealthy understand that money flows naturally to those who position themselves in alignment with it. Think of wealth like a river. You don't need to chase the water downstream. Instead, you simply need to place yourself where the river naturally flows. This alignment principle explains why some people seem to effortlessly attract opportunities while others struggle despite working twice as hard. The key to alignment lies in understanding that wealth responds to value creation rather than pursuit. When you focus on developing valuable skills, solving meaningful problems, and creating genuine impact, you naturally position yourself in the path of prosperity. This shift from chasing to aligning transforms your entire relationship with money. Rather than seeing wealth as something to be hunted down, you begin to recognize it as the natural byproduct of being in harmonious alignment with universal principles of value exchange. This alignment manifests in practical ways. You'll notice yourself naturally gravitating toward opportunities that others miss. You'll develop an intuitive sense for profitable ventures and beneficial connections. Most importantly, you'll stop forcing things to happen and instead learn to flow with the natural currents of abundance. This state of aligned action feels effortless because you're no longer working against the grain of how wealth naturally moves. The alignment principle also extends to your personal development. When you invest in becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts wealth, you create a magnetic field of prosperity around you. This means developing traits like emotional intelligence, strategic thinking, and leadership capacity, qualities that make you inherently valuable in any context. The focus shifts from external acquisition to internal cultivation to internal cultivation. Consider how nature demonstrates this principle. A flower doesn't chase bees. It simply blooms fully and naturally attracts what it needs. Similarly, wealth is attracted to those who fully develop their unique gifts and talents. This requires a deep trust in the process and a willingness to focus on growth rather than immediate results. The paradox is that when you stop fixating on the money itself and instead concentrate on becoming a person of value, financial abundance tends to follow naturally. The practical application of wealth alignment involves regular self-assessment. Are your actions, choices, and development paths positioning you where opportunity flows? Are you building skills and connections that naturally attract resources? Are you solving problems that people willingly pay to have solved? These questions help calibrate your alignment with prosperity's natural pathways. True alignment also means releasing resistance to wealth. Many people unconsciously push away abundance through subtle beliefs and behaviors that misalign them with prosperity. This might manifest as undercharging for services, avoiding financial opportunities out of fear, or maintaining relationships with people who reinforce scarcity thinking. Alignment requires consciously choosing environments, associations, and actions that support rather than sabotage your wealth potential. Alignment is dynamic, not static. As markets evolve and opportunities shift, staying in the flow of wealth requires continuous adaptation and growth. The goal isn't to find one perfect position and stay there forever, but to develop the flexibility to move with the changing currents of prosperity. This dynamic alignment keeps you responsive to new opportunities while maintaining your connection to fundamental wealth principles. Lesson 6. Unlock the internal architecture of prosperity. Every person possesses an internal blueprint for wealth, a complex matrix of thought patterns, beliefs, and mental frameworks that either support or inhibit financial abundance. This internal architecture isn't just metaphorical. It's a real psychological structure that determines how we process opportunities, make financial decisions, and create wealth in our lives. Think of your mind as a magnificent building, with each floor, room, and corridor representing different aspects of your relationship with prosperity. Some people's internal architecture resembles a cramped studio apartment, limiting their financial potential, while others have built vast mental estates with endless possibilities for expansion. The good news is that this architecture isn't fixed. It's completely renovatable. The foundation of your prosperity architecture rests on your core beliefs about value creation. These aren't just surface, level thoughts about money, but deep structural supports that determine how you approach wealth generation. When you examine successful entrepreneurs and investors, you'll notice they've constructed robust mental frameworks that automatically identify opportunities, calculate risks, and generate innovative solutions. Your internal architecture also includes what I call prosperity pathways, neural networks that direct your attention toward wealth-building opportunities. These pathways act like well-designed hallways in your mental building, guiding you naturally toward financial growth. Many people struggle financially not because they lack opportunities, but because their internal architecture lacks these clear pathways to prosperity. The windows of your mental building determine how clearly you see financial opportunities. Some people's prosperity architecture features expansive floor-to-ceiling windows offering crystal-clear views of potential wealth, while others peer through tiny, dust-covered panes that obscure their vision of abundance. By cleaning and expanding these windows, you dramatically improve your ability to spot and seize profitable opportunities. One of the most crucial elements of your prosperity architecture is the central atrium, your core wealth identity. This open central space determines how wealth flows through your life. A well-designed atrium allows abundance to circulate freely, while a cluttered or blocked one creates financial stagnation. When you consciously redesign this space, you create natural channels for wealth to flow into every area of your life. The rooms in your mental building represent different aspects of wealth creation: investment thinking, business strategy, money management, and risk assessment. Each room needs proper design and regular maintenance to function optimally. Many people focus exclusively on acquiring financial knowledge while neglecting the architectural spaces needed to properly house and utilize that knowledge. Your prosperity architecture also includes hidden spaces, subconscious chambers where your deepest beliefs about wealth reside. These spaces often contain outdated blueprints inherited from family, society, or past experiences. By bringing awareness to these hidden areas, you can renovate them to align with your desired level of prosperity. The most powerful aspect of your internal architecture is its ability to expand and evolve. Just as a physical building can be renovated and improved, your mental frameworks can be upgraded to support greater levels of wealth. This isn't about forcing change, but rather about thoughtful reconstruction that honors your authentic self while creating space for unprecedented abundance. By understanding and consciously shaping your internal architecture of prosperity, you create a mental environment where wealth naturally grows and multiplies. This isn't just about positive thinking. It's about building practical, functional spaces in your mind that support wealth creation. When your internal architecture is properly designed, making money becomes as natural as breathing, and prosperity flows as easily as light through an open window. Lesson 7. Your mind is the master key to millions. The most powerful wealth-building tool you possess isn't a stock portfolio, real estate holdings, or business ventures. It's your mind. Every millionaire and billionaire throughout history has first created their fortune in their thoughts before manifesting it in reality. This isn't mystical thinking. It's a practical observation of how wealth actually works. Your mind operates like a sophisticated wealth generation system, constantly processing information, identifying patterns, and making decisions that either advance or hinder your financial growth. The ultra-wealthy have learned to harness this mental machinery with extraordinary precision. They've developed specific thought patterns that automatically scan for opportunities, evaluate risks, and create innovative solutions to market demands. These mental patterns aren't random. They form a cohesive toolkit that you can learn and apply. Consider how wealthy people approach decision-making. They don't get paralyzed by choices. Instead, they rapidly assess situations using mental models that filter out noise and focus on core value drivers. They ask questions like, what's the worst that could happen? And what's the opportunity cost of not acting? These aren't just casual inquiries. They're sophisticated mental algorithms that consistently produce superior financial outcomes. The millionaire mind operates on a different frequency of focus. While most people direct their mental energy toward immediate problems and short-term gains, wealthy people maintain simultaneous awareness of both immediate actions and long-term wealth multiplication. This dual focus allows them to make decisions that compound value over time, rather than simply solving today's problems. Your brain's reticular activating system, RAS, plays a crucial role in this process. When you program your rays to focus on wealth-building opportunities, you begin to notice possibilities that were always present but previously invisible to you. A real estate investor doesn't just randomly spot good deals. Their mind has been trained to automatically recognize specific patterns that indicate potential value. The wealthy have also mastered the art of mental leverage. They understand that personal time and energy are finite resources, so they develop mental frameworks that maximize their impact. Instead of trying to know everything, they focus on knowing the key principles that govern wealth creation in their chosen domain. This allows them to make high-quality decisions quickly and consistently. One of the most powerful aspects of the millionaire mind is its ability to maintain emotional equilibrium during financial fluctuations. This isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about developing mental circuits that process financial information objectively, without being hijacked by fear or greed. This emotional intelligence creates a significant advantage in markets where most participants react impulsively to short-term changes. The good news is that these mental patterns can be learned and installed through conscious practice. By studying and replicating the thought processes of successful people, you can begin to rewire your own mental circuitry for wealth generation. This involves regular mental rehearsal of wealth-building scenarios, practicing strategic decision-making, and continuously refining your financial judgment through real-world application. Consider your mind as a sophisticated computer that you can program for wealth creation. Each time you analyze a business opportunity, evaluate an investment, or make a financial decision, you're either strengthening or weakening your wealth-building neural pathways. The key is to consciously design these experiences to enhance your financial intelligence and decision-making capabilities. Your mind truly is the master key to millions, not because of positive thinking alone, but because it's the command center that directs all your wealth-building actions. By understanding and optimizing your mental processes, you create a powerful foundation for sustainable wealth creation. The millionaire's mind isn't a gift they were born with. It's a finely tuned instrument they've developed through conscious cultivation of specific thought patterns and decision-making frameworks. Lesson 8. Install beliefs that build wealth automatically. Your subconscious mind operates like a sophisticated wealth-building operating system, constantly running programs that determine your financial outcomes. Every thought, decision, and action you take regarding money stems from deeply embedded beliefs installed throughout your life. The key to transforming your financial reality lies in understanding that these beliefs can be deliberately reprogrammed for automatic wealth creation. Think of your mind as a garden where beliefs are seeds. Some seeds naturally produce abundance, while others yield limitation and scarcity. Many people struggle financially not because they lack capability or opportunity, but because their mental garden is overcrowded with beliefs that choke out prosperity. These limiting beliefs often take root in early childhood through observations of parents, societal messages, or difficult experiences with money. The process of installing new wealth-building beliefs begins with a thorough audit of your current mental programming. Pay attention to your immediate thoughts when you encounter wealthy people, see luxury items, or face financial decisions. These instant reactions reveal your underlying beliefs about money and your relationship with wealth. Common limiting beliefs include money is hard to earn, wealthy people are greedy, or I don't deserve abundance. Each of these acts is a hidden command in your mental operating system, directing your actions away from wealth-building opportunities. The remarkable aspect of belief installation is that it follows predictable psychological patterns. Just as computer programs can be updated with new code, your mind can absorb and integrate new beliefs through consistent exposure and emotional reinforcement. Start by selecting replacement beliefs that align with your desired financial reality. Money flows easily to me. Wealth is a natural expression of my value, or I attract abundant opportunities effortlessly. Your brain cannot distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones, making visualization a powerful tool for belief installation. When you regularly immerse yourself in detailed scenarios of financial success, your neural pathways begin to reorganize around these new patterns. Consider successful entrepreneurs who seem to have an uncanny ability to spot opportunities. They've installed beliefs that automatically direct their attention toward profitable ventures. The compound effect of upgraded financial beliefs manifests in subtle but powerful ways. You'll notice yourself naturally gravitating toward wealth-building conversations, discovering investment opportunities in everyday situations, and making decisions that preserve and multiply your resources. These aren't conscious efforts, but automatic responses generated by your newly installed belief system. Resistance to new beliefs is natural and should be expected. Your existing belief system has protective mechanisms designed to maintain the status quo. When you feel this resistance, recognize it as evidence that you're pushing beyond your current programming. Treat this discomfort as a sign of growth, rather than a signal to retreat to familiar patterns. The most effective belief installation occurs during states of relaxed awareness, particularly in the minutes before sleep or upon waking. These periods of heightened suggestibility allow new beliefs to bypass conscious resistance and integrate directly into your subconscious operating system. Create a daily practice of reviewing your chosen wealth beliefs during these optimal programming windows. Belief installation is not about forcing yourself to think positively about money. Instead, it's about creating new neural pathways that make wealth, building thoughts and actions, your default setting. As these new beliefs take root, you'll find yourself automatically recognizing opportunities, making sound financial decisions, and taking actions that build sustainable wealth. Not because you're trying to, but because it's now your natural way of operating in the world. Lesson 9. Live like you were born for financial freedom. Financial freedom isn't a destination. It's your natural state of being. When you embrace this truth, everything about how you interact with money transforms. Living like you were born for financial freedom means adopting the mindset, habits, and energy of someone who knows abundance is their birthright. This shift begins with understanding that financial freedom isn't about having a specific dollar amount in your bank account. It's about developing an unshakable knowing that you can generate wealth at will because it's coded into your very essence. Think about how differently you move through the world when you truly believe that prosperity is your default setting, not something you need to struggle to achieve. The most successful wealth creators don't wake up wondering if they'll succeed. They operate from an inner certainty that their financial success is inevitable. This isn't arrogance. It's alignment with their true nature. When you recognize that you were designed for abundance, your decisions naturally align with that truth. You begin choosing opportunities, relationships, and investments that reflect your inherent value rather than settling for whatever comes your way. This mindset shift manifests in practical ways throughout your daily life. You naturally gravitate toward quality experiences and investments rather than cheap, quick fixes. You value your time appropriately and say no to opportunities that don't align with your worth. You make financial decisions from a place of empowerment rather than fear or scarcity. Living as though you were born for financial freedom also means releasing the need to prove yourself or justify your success to others. When you know that wealth is your natural state, you stop seeking external validation for your financial choices. Instead, you trust your inner guidance and make decisions aligned with your highest good. Your relationship with money becomes one of partnership rather than pursuit. You see money as a natural extension of your creative energy, flowing to and through you with ease. This perspective eliminates the desperate energy that often repels wealth and replaces it with a magnetic confidence that attracts abundance. The way you handle challenges also transforms when you live from this understanding. Instead of seeing setbacks as evidence that you're not meant for wealth, you recognize them as temporary course corrections on your inevitable path to greater abundance. This resilience becomes one of your greatest assets in building lasting wealth. Your communication about money shifts as well. You speak about wealth with certainty rather than hope. Your language reflects an assumption of abundance rather than a fear of lack. This isn't about positive thinking. It's about aligning your words with the truth of who you are and what you're designed to experience. As you live from this place of knowing, you naturally inspire others to recognize their own wealth potential. Your example demonstrates that financial freedom isn't reserved for a select few. It's the natural inheritance of anyone willing to claim it. This ripple effect multiplies abundance, not just in your life, but in your entire sphere of influence. The key is consistency in maintaining this perspective, especially when external circumstances might tempt you to doubt. Your unwavering belief in your financial birthright becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, creating a positive feedback loop that continuously expands your prosperity. Living like you were born for financial freedom isn't about pretending or forcing. It's about returning to your natural state of abundance and allowing that truth to shape every aspect of your financial life. Lesson 10. Wealth flows where purpose and power align. In the grand architecture of wealth creation, there exists a profound truth that many overlook. True prosperity emerges at the intersection of purpose and personal power. This alignment isn't just about finding what you love to do. It's about discovering where your unique abilities create maximum value for others while fulfilling your deepest calling. Think of purpose as your internal compass, pointing toward activities that light you up from within. It's that work that doesn't feel like work, the contribution that makes you lose track of time. But purpose alone isn't enough. Personal power, your unique combination of skills, experiences, and capabilities, must be consciously developed and deployed. When these two forces converge, they create an unstoppable momentum toward wealth. This alignment creates what I call the wealth resonance effect. Just as certain frequencies naturally amplify each other, your purpose and power can create a harmonious vibration that attracts opportunities, resources, and connections. You've likely experienced glimpses of this, moments when everything clicked and success seemed to flow effortlessly. These weren't random occurrences, but rather instances when your purpose and power were perfectly synchronized. The wealthy elite understand this principle intuitively. Look at any self-made billionaire, and you'll find someone who didn't just chase money. They pursued a vision where their unique capabilities could solve significant problems. Elon Musk's purpose of advancing humanity through sustainable energy and space exploration aligns perfectly with his power to innovate and lead complex technological ventures. Sarah Blakely's purpose, to help women feel confident, aligned with her power to revolutionize shapewear, creating Spanx and her billion-dollar empire. Your wealth alignment might look different, but the principle remains the same. Perhaps you're naturally gifted at simplifying complex information, and your purpose is to educate others. This alignment could lead to creating online courses, writing books, or building a consulting practice. Or maybe your power lies in understanding patterns in data, and your purpose is to help businesses grow. This combination could lead to a successful analytics company or investment firm. The key is to stop forcing yourself into paths that others have taken, and instead create your unique wealth channel. This requires honest self-assessment and courage to pivot when necessary. Many people stay stuck in high-paying jobs that drain their energy because they've never explored how their purpose and power could create even greater wealth in a different direction. Start by mapping your power zones, those areas where you consistently outperform others with seemingly less effort. These aren't just skills you've learned, but natural capabilities you've refined over time. Then explore how these powers could serve a purpose that deeply matters to you. The sweet spot lies where your exceptional abilities meet a meaningful mission that the market values. Consider your daily energy levels as a barometer. When your purpose and power align, you'll find yourself energized rather than exhausted by your work. Money flows more easily because you're operating from a place of natural strength rather than forced effort. This alignment also attracts the right opportunities and partners who resonate with your authentic expression of value. Your wealth blueprint becomes fully activated when you stop trying to fit into conventional success models and instead allow your aligned purpose and power to guide your path. This might mean starting a business that doesn't exist yet, creating a new category in your industry, or combining seemingly unrelated fields in innovative ways. The wealthiest people didn't follow established paths. They created new ones where their purpose and power could fully express themselves. This alignment isn't static. It evolves as you grow. Stay attuned to shifts in your purpose and continue developing your powers. The wealth that flows from this alignment isn't just financial. It's a rich life filled with meaning, impact, and the joy of expressing your fullest potential while creating value for others.